Hello guys and gals, hope everyone's doing okay. I'm back, it's Dean and I'm back. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with another National League preview. Now towards the end of the video, I am going to discuss this as I know I've not been keeping up with the previews as often as I would like. So I will give you a little update about that at the end of the video. But this is for the fixtures that will take place on Saturday. All the games, I'm about to give you my opinion of them all. Let's get started. The first game on Saturday is Altrincham up against playoff chasing Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, Dagenham and Redbridge are in 10th in the National League. A bit up and down at the minute, Dagenham. They've had only one win in the last 5 games. Drew their last game. They're on 43 points. But I think you look at the top 10, 11. They are probably realistically the ones that are mainly in contention. A couple more could drag themselves in it, but there is a definitely gap from 9th upwards, 9th downwards. There is a little bit of a gap forming. There's a 4-point gap between 9th and 11th, so that's sort of telling you. But Dagenham and Redbridge not in the best of form lately, so it's probably a game they're going to be looking and thinking, this is a result that we could probably get. And they're up against Altrincham, who they've really slid, to be honest with you. Again, only one win from the last 5 games and 1 draw, so 4 points from a possible 15. Not a great return, and they really are sliding down the table quite alarmingly. I can't really see much but a Dagenham Redbridge win. So I am going to go for a scoreline of Altrincham 1, Dagenham Redbridge 3. Next we have Bournemouth up against Eastleigh. Now this one is, I'm not going to say a coin flip, but obviously Eastleigh won in midweek as Bournemouth actually drew in midweek. Bournemouth are in 3rd in the table. They're still having an incredible season. 53 points after 26 games. They're playing Eastleigh that have got 34 points from 29. I would say fairly comfortably in mid-table for Eastleigh. Not a terrible season so far for them. Probably not as good as they wanted it to be, but and I fancy Bournemouth to actually get a win this time around. So much so, I'm going to go for Bournemouth to beat Eastleigh by 2-0. The third game is Dover Athletic up against the Mariners of Grimsby Town. My team, what a joy. Obviously, Grimsby had their game last weekend at Southend, postponed due to horrible weather conditions. And Dover, we don't know how legitimate their concern was, but they did draw in midweek. They're now on to -4. I think we all know that Dover are all but down, really. I mean, they can be down as early as March the 13th, I think. Dover could get relegated. Well, they will be relegated. It's just when, not if. But this is not going to be an easy game. I think if any fan thinks it's going to be a return of the 6-0, it very easily could be. But I also know that they haven't been beaten by more than 2 goals more than twice, I think. So to say that, you have to give Andy Hessenthaler a bit of credit. I am going to be a little bit confident and basically say a 3-0 win for Grimsby at Dover. The fourth game is Halifax up against Barnet. If we look at the league positions of both teams, Halifax have dropped to 6th now, although they have won and drew their last 2 games. And Barnet have kind of sort of hit the buffers and sort of like, you know, they're at their crescendo. Again, comfortably mid-table, I believe. Halifax got a very good draw against Notts County midweek, and I think Notts would be, well, they were. I could tell by the reaction, they were very, very frustrated. Halifax picking up a draw against Notts County after playing roughly 55 minutes with 10 men, and you've got to give Halifax the credit for that. And Barnet, you know, they may have plateaued, but they're definitely not. They're not going to be walkovers, but I fancy Halifax to probably narrowly nick this. I think they'll narrowly nick it. I'm going to say 2-0 to Halifax, only with it being at Halifax. And next is Kings Lynn Town up against Anne Devonshire's Maidenhead United. Can I strictly just say that Maidenhead United are a fantastic team, and I'm going to give them that credit. I didn't see the game that was on TV long ago with Bournemouth, but all I can say is congratulations to them. They are the spoiler this season, I would say. They are the spoiler. Anytime a team has to go to Maidenhead, it is one of the toughest trips you can make in the National League. You know, and Alan Devonshire's always had this capability, and you know, will continue to have the capability. They're up against Kings Lynn. They're going to Kings Lynn this weekend. Kings Lynn have picked up a little bit, you know, 5 points from the last 15 that they have picked up. It does look like they're probably pretty much doomed without a real big win. They're 14 points from safety after 27 games. Yes, it's still mathematically possible, but it's highly unlikely. I'm actually going to go for Maidenhead to win here, and I'm going to say Kings Lynn Town 0, Maidenhead United 2. Next we have Southend United, who have really been on a resurgence in recent weeks and months. They're going to be going up against Solihull Moors, and Solihull, they really are creeping up at the moment. They really are. You know, they're such a difficult team to actually beat. It goes without saying. I mean, Solihull are up into fourth on 52 points for Solihull, and they're playing Southend, who themselves are in incredible form, drawing in midweek. Solihull won in midweek. In fact, the record is pretty much the same in the last 5 games. 1-4, drew 1. This could come down to fine margins. This Solihull have got Sabara and so many other dangerous players. I know that they have got a couple of suspensions, unfortunately for Solihull. This one is tight. I'm actually going to go for a draw here. This is very, very difficult to call this. It is a coin flip. If anybody goes for either of these two, wouldn't surprise me. But I'm going to go for Southend United 1, Solihull Moors 1. Next, we have, at the minute, the runaway leaders. Stockport County, they're about to play Weymouth. And, Stockport are absolutely flying. They're 6 points clear at the top of the National League. You never saw this coming until Dave Challoner took over. It's unbelievable job of what he's doing, and to come down and to get a tune out the guys at Stockport, but the quality he's got at Stockport, you've got to give him a lot of praise and a lot of credit for that. Weymouth have improved the last couple of games. Well, actually, in the last 5 games, they've only lost 1 of them. So, but with only 1 win in that. But, they have improved, and they have got points that you wouldn't expect them to have. They're still 8 points from safety. It is going to be a very difficult task for safety. I can see the bottom 3 being the bottom 3, and I'm going to give this to Stockport. I don't do this with any reluctance. I'm going to say 3-0, but whenever you've got these top teams against the bottom teams, it's getting that first goal. The first goal will be crucial, but I do reckon it'll be Stockport County 3, Weymouth 0. Next, we have Wealdstone up against Torquay. This is another spoiler team in Wealdstone. They're not pulling up any trees, but they're doing well in the league in general. 31 points. They won't go down this year. There are worse teams down there than Wealdstone. They've got 2 wins out of the last 5 games, but the other 3 have been defeats. And I just think that, these are very, very... They're a much more sleeping team than you'd expect. And Torquay, they're going to have an outside squeak of a playoff place. They're in 11th. Gary Johnson has sort of stabilised them after their sort of rocky start to the season. They picked up 2 wins and 2 draws from the last 4 games. Again, your way, which doesn't make Wealdstone an easy place to go to. It really isn't. And it's difficult, do I go for a win here for Torquay? Would that be too obvious? Do I go for a draw? Do I go for Wealdstone to bring a surprise? I'm going to go a draw again. I'm going to go for Wealdstone 1, Torquay United 1. Because going to these smaller teams, it's always, I believe, tougher than going to a top team. Because I have known teams take their eyes off teams like Wealdstone. So Wealdstone and Torquay, I'm going to say, is 1-1. Next we have Woking up against Notts County. Woking, you don't know what you're going to get with Woking. Woking are a very, very difficult team to really judge. I mean, they've been on, a really poor run of form. Uh, 3 defeats in the last 5 and 2 draws. They haven't won in the last 5. But Notts County a hit and miss. I mean, they're unbeaten in the last 3, especially the last 3 league games. A lot of the fans aren't taking the trophy as such as an unbeaten run, but obviously some will, to just say, look, we've not been beaten. But they were disappointed, I think, to get the draw with Halifax on Tuesday. They obviously created so many chances, and I know a lot of Notts fans won't like this at the minute. I don't think they're as good as other teams. I've seen them twice in the flesh when they've come to Blundell Park, and they've also we've gone to them at the start of February, and I'm actually very underwhelmed by Notts County. I'm not saying by any means, before I get any Notts County fans saying, but I'm not. I'm very, very underwhelmed by them. Will they be up there? Of course they will. They'll be in the top 7 or 8. It's inevitable. But, are they too reliant on Roberts, Rodriguez, and Wootton? It makes you wonder. I know Elias Sam has come into the reckoning all of a sudden. Does that tell you how good Elias is being? Or, is he giving him the extra option? I do fancy him to narrowly squeak past Woking. I'm going to say a 2-1 win for the Magpies, which would see them back in the playoff places. But Woking are one of these teams you can't sleep on them, and you can't sleep on anybody in this league, really. I'm going to say 2-1, but could Woking swing a surprise? Of course they could. Next game, we have Wrexham up against Aldershot. Now, this should really be a gimme of 3 points for Wrexham, really, shouldn't it? And on paper, it probably is. But, Wrexham have won the last 2 games. Aldershot, again, they've plateaued again. They had that great early start under Mark Molesley, and then all of a sudden it's plateaued. Decent outfit. Nothing outstanding. I do fancy Wrexham to get the win over Aldershot, especially being at Wrexham. I'm going to go for the Dragons to win. I'm gonna say 3-0 to Wrexham, actually. Sorry, Aldershot. I don't see having enough to stop Wrexham this time around. But watch them do the opposite to what I've said. And finally, the final game for the weekend is Chesterfield up against Yeovil. That is the TV game for this weekend. If you're on BT, it will be on BT from 5 o'clock. The kickoff is 5:20, and Chesterfield play Yeovil Town, and this could be anything. Paul Cook has not had a great start as Chesterfield boss. He's lost to Shimanga for the remainder of the season. Something just doesn't, I suppose, feel right around the club at the moment. Are they on a bit of a slide? Well, they haven't won in 4 games. They've had 2 draws and 2 defeats in the last 4. is there a chance that Yeovil could spring a surprise on this? It's not beyond the realms of possibility. So much so, I'm actually going to go for them to squeak this Yeovil. Probably my surprise of the weekend, I would say. I do fancy Yeovil to maybe nick it. Please don't back this just because I say this. It's just my opinion. I'm going to go for Chesterfield 1, Yeovil Town 2. Chesterfield, they need to get back on that horse, really, because they are losing a little bit of ground to Stockport, and I don't see it happening to Stockport anytime soon, at least at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see. They have still got goals in them, but that Tishimanga injury seems to have taken a bit out of their sails a bit. They need to try and get back on the horse beforehand. So they are the fixtures and my opinions on what's going to happen in this week's National League games. Just before I wind up the video, like I said, I did say at the beginning an announcement about the previews. I'm going to alter it slightly because I've had a lot of things going on, and I haven't always kept up with the previews. Partly as well, that is because of the amount of postponements that seem to happen, especially in the last 2-3 months. There's been more postponements, as and then I'm making these, and then games are falling by the wayside. Then you don't know when or if they're going to get rearranged. Last week's was decimated due to the weather. So I will still do the previews, but if you don't see a preview of the weekend's games, I will give you a review on the Saturday evening. So if there is not a preview, there will be a review of the results. So look out for that. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten about it, but I'm just tweaking it a bit. If I can't get around to doing a preview, there will be a review on the Saturday evening into Sunday to basically let you know what happened. So if you don't get a preview, you will get a review. So that is what I'm going to do for the remainder of the season. Do get involved. I love it when you guys get involved, and whether you agree with my opinion, whether you disagree with my opinion, I want you to feel like, you know what, yeah, I can talk to this guy and I can give my opinion, and it's, there's not many judgment here. It's all about your opinion. I want this to be your channel, which I've said before, on the National League. If you've got anything you'd like me to do a video on as well, let me know down below, and I will make sure that I get it done for you. And keep your opinions coming in about all things National League. How do you think your club's doing this season? Are they underperforming? Are they overperforming? It's great to have interactions with you guys, so keep that coming, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I believe there is a midweek program. Let me just have a look. I believe there is a midweek program. There's a little midweek program. There's 3 games coming up in midweek. I will preview those. On Monday. So look out for a little bit of an extended preview because there isn't as many games. But I'll preview those 3, and also there will be another preview next week, and there will be a preview next week for the games on the 5th. So I hope you've liked the video. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button. That'll let YouTube know that you really that you enjoy this content and you like it, and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, because if you hit the bell, then anytime I upload something, you will get it first. So hit the bell and let me know, and let YouTube know that you like these. And I will see you guys very, very soon with another preview. I'll be back for the little midweek preview that we've got coming up for the games in midweek. And I will see you soon.